back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
All right, ready to get underway. Now the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
1-0.
Outside with a breaking ball. Smoked on the ground a second. Toss to Alonso. And the first out of the game is an easy one. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. Batting second, a really important guy for them, Wilson Contreras.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
Wilson Contreras in the box now. No balls and a strike. One out, base is empty. Next pitch misses outside, and that's ball one. On the ground, gets to it with a slide, gathers and throws, and that's a great play for the out.
Just so impressed with the movement on that play. Footwork was excellent, the arm strength was there, and of course, the most important part was getting the out.
Two outs, base is empty. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Brendan Donovan. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Two outs, base is empty. Now one missed. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And delivers outside. Right side. Beatty. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Redbirds down quietly. Now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. Getting the nod in this one, Andre Palante.
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way, because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger, the fastball will beat them.
Yohel Pozo getting loose there. He's now in the game at first. And now the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Fastball for a strike. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does. When you look at the ability to save runs defensively, but then also put runs up on the scoreboard, that's the kind of player that every championship team needs to have.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. On the ground to third. Slings to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's a Mets lineup now. It features a great veteran presence, Juan Soto.
Boog, he's really been showing off the pop in this series so far. 2 homers. And, you know, he'd love to add on with another shot today. I'm interested to see how they approach him.
Juan Soto now. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average. But there's on base and slugging too. First pitch misses.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Gorman throws on to first. They get the out on Soto.
Batting third, the first baseman, Pete.
Here's Pete Alonso. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That one down the line, and it stays fair. And he can't come up with it. Around first, digging for 2. The tag, and they get him. So a sloppy play there, but it ends the inning. Scoreless after 1. Back here at Citi Field, top of the second. There's Nolan Arenado. Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. Fouled off down the right side. And speaking of that defense, it's hard to imagine that in high school, Arenado shared the left side of the infield with another elite defender, Matt Chapman, at El Toro High School in California. Got him looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
So now here's the DH, Alec Burleson. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. No score here in the second.
That's a ball.
Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, Boog, they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So when you respect that, I think over time you can develop a relationship with them.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
And here is Jordan Walker, 0-1.
Off the plate, ball 1.
And that's in for a strike. And the next pitch is way outside. That's down and in. A slider missed. Inside, and that's ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Canning checks over to first, and he's back. Here's Nolan Gorman. And this one squirts away from the catcher. But no advance. That's ball 1. Just off the inside edge. Two outs.
That's a ball.
Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner, so he's making his case. You got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your frustration with the umpire, and he felt this was his time.
And that is in for a strike. And the count's full. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here at the top of the second. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Stays alive. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Out to short. Lindor slings it across. Out number 3. No runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left. Now to the bottom of the second. We're tied 0-0. Back here in Queens, bottom half of inning number 2, and stepping in for New York, Mark Vientos. Palante back to work. And it finds its way through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Foul ball there. Runner at first with no outs here.
1-1.
In the dirt, but kept close. That one ripped right center field. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Vientos coming home. The relay, but it's offline. And it's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything, and pulled it into the gap nicely.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Starling Marte. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. It's offline. The run comes in, and they take a 2-run lead.
Waste no time there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. There's a swing and a miss.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Marte aboard here at first with nobody out. That's down and in.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And a pop-up right side, foul territory. He's got it, and there's one away.
Batting eighth, the second baseman, Brett Beatty.
So up next for New York, Brett Beatty. That clips the corner.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
That catches the top part of the zone, and the count is 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Nootbaar makes the play. 2 down.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Tyrone Taylor. And first offering is fouled off. 2 runs across in the inning. Bottom half of inning number 2.
One ball.
In the dirt, blocked. And now a man into scoring position.
Didn't look to me like he got a great handle on the ball as it came out of his hand. Cold nights, not really fun to play in, and it makes it tough to hit as well. Makes it tough to throw, and might have played a factor right there.
Nope.
Pitch
Outside.
misses there. Ball 2. Out towards left center. Scott on the move to the alley. And makes the grab. And that will end the inning. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. We played 2 full. It's the Mets 2 and the Cardinals nothing. All set for the start of the inning. And here's the catcher, Pedro Pajes. Pajes will handle the catching duties in this one. 26 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. And that's in for a strike.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball still 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And that's off the inside edge. And the count 1-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
And it remains 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Got him swinging.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Scott.
Victor Scott will hit next. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. Just missed.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
That's in there, and the count even 1-1. And strike two. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
Nootbaar, the next to hit, takes ball one. Hit in the air, left field. Nimmo ranging after it, and he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. Two down, nobody on. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And down in order go the Cardinals. They trail it here 2-0. And we're back. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Francisco Lindor.
Lindor.
That clips the corner. The pitch.
2.
And that's outside. And that is ball one.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Just misses with that one.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Donovan. Lindor retired.
Now batting, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
And now it's Juan Soto. He's 0 for 1.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
Ripped towards third. Arenado to first in time. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. Next offering is fouled back. Got him. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Mets. They're up 2-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Now up for St. Louis, Yoel Pozo. Just missed. Next offering misses. Now 2-0.
Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. No free passes. You can't allow that.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Oh, that got away from him.
That ball hit him.
And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the
Leading off
inning.
for the Cardinals,
The batter will be the shortstop, Brendan Donovan. Rolled out to second in his first at bat. In there, and it's 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
That one the other way, and now maybe extra bases. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
First and second, no outs. So now it's Nolan Arenado. Swung on, belted. Taylor hustling after it. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Soto gets it back in quickly. They hold him at third base, and now the bases are loaded.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Digging in, Alec Burleson. Golden opportunity right here. And that drops in for a strike. Just missed.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Huge strikeout there. Jordan Walker, the next to hit. He reached out a walk his first time.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Check swing, called strike. Pozo, the runner at third. Donovan at second. Arenado at first. One gone. And a fastball misses outside for a ball. And 1-1. Just missed.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
And that one is lifted in the air. And there's 2 away. now, here is Nolan Gorman.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
On the ground, right side, and foul ball. So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. Next offering upstairs. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
They get the force out to escape a bases-loaded jam unscathed. So they strand 3 and leave them loaded. And midway in the 4th, it's the Mets 2 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here at Citi Field, here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished.
Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
And another ball.
Well, these Mets doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Fastball for a strike.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
That one's in there. That is strike 2. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Marte in the box now as he leaves that one up high. He swings and fouls one off.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
On the ground to the left. And it goes just foul. 2 outs. And he boots it. Gets off a throw, and the Mets go 1-2-3. Back here in Queens, and now the catcher comes up to him, Pedro Pajes. Canning back to work. And he hits a ground ball right side. A sliding stop. And they get the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution. Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus. But they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Scott stands in now and watches strike 1. Swing and a miss. Action in the Mets bullpen. Reed Garrett appears to be getting loose. Minter warming up as well. And that's in the dirt.
2 strikes.
The Mets leading by 2, and we're at the top of the 5th. Got him looking. Making 7 strikeouts for him. I don't know about you, Chris, but that felt like a weird at bat right there. Didn't give much to hit until the final pitch, and he still got the backwards K.
Yeah, not a single pitch was actually inside the strike zone, but he was being very aggressive in the box and fell behind in the count. Then they finally do challenge him, and he couldn't get the bat off his shoulder. Kind of a strange strikeout for sure, Boog.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Here's the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. And a strike. And he grounds one to the right side. And that chance handled. On the run, sends it over to first. On the money, nice play. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. And they're down 2-0. So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Sonny Gray. This is his 5th appearance of the year.
Number 54, Sonny Gray.
Luis Torrens digs in now. Not out his first
Luis
time.
Torrens.
That's off the inside corner, and that's ball 1. Action in the pen down there. JoJo Romero up and loosening in the pen. In the air, right side of the infield. Pozo on his way over. 1 away.
Up next for the Mets, the second baseman, Brett Beatty.
Here's the second baseman, Brett Beatty. Fly to left his first time. Just missed.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Here's a 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. Next offering is downstairs.
2-2 the count.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Now batting, center fielder.
2 down, base is empty. And next for the Mets, Tyrone Taylor. Flied to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. That one pushed foul. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. And that is out of play. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Up next,
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. 0-2 in this one.
Lindor.
That's through there for a strike.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
That's a ball.
In the dirt.
1-1.
Inside.
That's inside.
Now 2 balls and a strike. Taylor off of first with 2 away. Next offering is down low. Chris with that distraction and a speedy guy at first. He's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
2 outs. Now it's 3-2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Sonny Gray checks on the runner. Taylor dives back in safely. Goes down looking. Mets leave 1, but they're on top 2-0. Top of the 6th inning, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Yoel Pozo. Pozo, 27 years old, and he's usually a catcher, but today he's starting at first. Just missed.
Well, this will give his legs a break a little bit. Instead of being squatted down the entire game, he can be upright and just kind of stay close to first base over there.
Right down to shoot, and the count 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Huascar Brazoban, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Number 51 also getting ready. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance to make the contact with that pitch.
Donovan stands in now, looks at that one inside.
Ball 1, no strikes.
One down, base is empty.
Ball 2. 2-0.
Right through there for a strike. Fights it off. He'll see another. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. He's got it, and there's 2 down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Here's Nolan Arenado. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 1.
The guy's going this good. He's retired 7 in a row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
And a base hit right there. And that keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Cardinals, the designated hitter, Alec.
So digging in, Alec Burleson. Check swing, called strike. Two outs. Fastball for a strike. And the slider just misses.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the sixth. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. It's the Mets 2 and the Cardinals nothing. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. And stepping in for New York, Juan Soto.
Soto.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one. And there's a ball.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
That misses the zone, and a count 2-1. Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Sonny Gray with the strikeout.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Alonso, the next to hit, takes outside.
Well, Boog, it didn't take very long for Alonso to set the home run record here at Citi Field. He passed Lucas Duda for the top spot in June of 2023.
1-1.
Strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout. Curveball kind of backed up on him there. I think it just slid out of the hand a little bit too soon.
Pitch misses there. Yeah, that's ball 2.
2 balls, no strikes.
Called strike right there.
I think it was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
And it's fouled away.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And that one's a little bit low. And the count's full.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Outside, and that is ball 4. That's a great at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Nimmo stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Vientos leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good.
with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone.
Nabs it, and that'll do it. So no runs, no base hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 7th inning coming up. It's the Mets 2 and the Cardinals nothing.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Mets,
back. We're in the 7th. We have a new
number
pitcher on the
43.
mound, Huascar Brazoban.
Huascar
He last pitched 2 days ago.
Brazoban.
So digging in,
Leading off for
Jordan
the
Walker.
Cardinals, the right fielder, Jordan Walker.
And that one fouled off.
You know, these Cardinals just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going. Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Line drive. And that gets down for a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Pedro Pajes next up for the Cardinals.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
In there for strike 1.
That's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
0-2 is the count.
Missed with a changeup, and the count is 1-2. Tying run at the plate. And
Ball
the
match
1-2
outside.
misses to even the count. This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied. And we're starting over. It's 2-2.
He hit that into the wind, and it still had enough to leave the ballpark. He really connected on that pitch. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Victor Scott now at the plate, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
0-2.
One down, base is empty. And
That's
now
a ball.
1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Uh-oh, that got him. And the potential winning run is aboard.
Up next
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Oscar Brazoban departs, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for
taking
the New
over
York
on the mound
Mets,
for the Mets, A.J.
number
Minter.
33.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Now the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Late swing, foul to the left.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Pitch misses, and that's ball 2.
2-2 the count.
Snap throw to first.
No,
and he's back in on a dive. 1 away, tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Yoel Pozo next up for the Cardinals. Just missed. Two outs.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Soto gets under it. And that's the 3rd out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. 2-2 game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Phil Maton.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
Phil Maton.
Starling Marte up to hit.
For the Mets, the designated hitter, Starling Marte.
Swinging a foul straight back.
Well, these Mets just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Next offering is in the dirt. That one misses. Nope. So a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot.
Now
didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. John King getting loose out there. Romero getting loose as well. And fouled off. On the ground, could be two. Gorman tossed to second, back to first, and that is a double play.
They made that double play look so
Number
easy, but it was
7,
far from routine.
second baseman,
That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Brett Beatty will hit next. Lifted in the air, right field. Walker sizes this one up, squeezes it, and that ends the inning. So no runs in the inning despite the leadoff walk, and that does it. We look ahead to inning number 8. We are tied 2-2. Back here at Citi Field, ready to begin the 8th. Now up for St. Louis, Brendan Donovan. Minter back to work. To third, Vientos. Sends it across to first. 1 up, 1 down.
The batter, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Ground ball left side. Vientos whips it to first, and they get Arenado for the out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
And up next for St. Louis, Alec Burleson. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And that one ripped into right, and that'll do it. Redbirds down quietly. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. New arm on the mound for the Cardinals, John King. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. So digging in, Tyrone Taylor.
This guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
That one found hard the other way. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Now batting, the shortstop.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
And a ground ball to first. He steps on the bag, and that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
Here's Juan Soto, known for his late inning heroics.
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with one swing.
Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. And the Mets go down 1-2-3. And this game is still tied at 2-2.
Now pitching for the Mets, number 39.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar. Strike on the inside corner. And that's how this game gets started. Next offering is in for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. That one drilled left field. That's back there. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Into second, and he's got a double.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Donovan.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's the shortstop, Brendan Donovan. And there's a strike. Runner at second here, one gone. And there's a foul ball. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Breaking ball misses down and away.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
And the righty deals. Got him. And there's two away.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his own right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Here's Nolan Arenado. That one's upstairs, ball one.
1-0.
That one not close, and it's 2-0.
Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here or this could get ugly.
Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. Alec Burleson in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Pulls that one foul. And that's in for a strike.
Okay.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That K is his 3rd of the game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. Back here in Queens, and starting in this one, Andre Palante. How about a report on him, Chris?
Boog, you don't always know what to expect with this guy on the mound. There are times he's really good, but that's not always the case. For me, I want to see how aggressive he's going to be out there. We'll see it right away if he's pitching with confidence, and if he is, he should be just fine.
We go to the bottom of the 1st. Here's Francisco Lindor. First
Ball one.
pitch, and he just misses. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. The shortstop takes the ball. Just
Ball
missed.
three.
That one fouled off. Into center. Scott giving chase. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. The throw into second, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
You got to get on your horse and get to that ball and get it back in, because he's going to come barreling around first and put some pressure on you. If you bobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, it's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
Here's Juan Soto. And that one
that
just
ball went
missed off the outside edge. Man at second. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
1 strike.
Lindor stands at second with no outs. On the ground,
foul ball.
and that's just foul.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
In the dirt. That one 95 to finish him off. Here's Pete Alonso. Palante checks the runner. Lindor back in there. Ball one there. And misses inside.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side, or the fans better look out in the stands.
1 out and a runner at second. Fair ball. It's in and out of his glove. Lindor zipping around third. He scores and they have the lead.
Well done. Drives in the run. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
1 gone, runner at first. And now it's Mark Vientos. There's a strike.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Up and in, ball 1.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count. Wow, just great bites. That slider broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Here's your 1. And that's in there at the knees. That misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And they'll do it again.
Ball, that's out.
Good eye in that spot.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
High fly ball out to center field. And the inning is over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second, and here is Alec Burleson. Canning back to work. There's the strike.
Nope.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Hey! 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Ball, that's out.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
You know, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. And there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
Stepping in, Jordan Walker. Pitch is in there. Strike 1.
0-1.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
No ball,
1 out,
2
base
strikes.
is empty. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
That was a well-executed slider away from the strikeout right there. First 2 pitches filled up the zone and got him ahead 0-2 in the count. And at that point, you can start expanding the zone as a pitcher. He made him chase and got the quick strikeout.
Here's Nolan Gorman. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Two out, space is empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
2 down, nobody on. Check swing, tried to hold up. Now an appeal to third. And he went around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. And down in order go the Cardinals. And it remains 1-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Starling Marte.
Designated hitter, Starling Marte.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. And a breaking ball misses outside.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
So now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Outside.
2 strikes.
That one just misses. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
And here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. Right through there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Inside, and it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. First and second, no outs. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. And that misses. Ball 1. Marte, the lead runner at second. Torrens at first with no outs. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. Next offering is downstairs.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
2-1 now. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. First and second, no outs. Bottom half of inning number 2. Stays alive. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Just off the outside part of the plate.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. That one down the line and foul ball. On to the 3rd inning, and now the catcher comes up to him. Pedro Pajes. And that's downstairs. And it's 1-0.
Counts 1-0.
Oh, great stop to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Just love watching this guy do everything. Swing the bat and make great defensive plays just like that. Remember, he won the Platinum Glove in 2016. You know this guy's the real deal defensively.
And now the center fielder, Victor Scott. Clips the corner. Strike one. Scott, 24 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2022. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Way inside. Swings and misses. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Nootbaar in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him. Out to short. Sneaks through. Base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Soto pulls it down, and that is that. The Cards leave one, still behind by a count of 1-0. As we go to the last of the third. And now the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, these Mets
0-1
showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Hit in the air, left field. Nootbaar on the move. And it's caught for the out.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
And now Juan Soto struck out swinging his first time. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. That clips the zone. That's strike 1. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens.
1-1.
Not even close there. And the count is 1-1. That's hard hit on the line. 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Alonso batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Next pitch misses way outside. And that's a fair ball.
That's back-to-back singles for him.
Now
Smash
batting,
that one through
third
the infield
baseman,
for the knock.
Mark.
When it's hit that hard, it
He
makes it
had
very
goes.
tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So a man at first. Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Mark
Ball,
Vientos.
that's inside.
And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball one. Inside,
Ball two.
just missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Alonso, the runner at first with two gone. He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Scott coming on. Long run, tracks it down. And that is that. Mets strand one, but they still lead it 1-0. On to the fourth.
Leading off for
Here's
St.
the
Louis,
shortstop
the
at the
shortstop,
plate. Brendan Donovan.
Donovan.
And a foul ball.
You know, these Cards, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And a good
Ball,
eye there.
that's inside.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Here's Nolan Arenado.
Now batting.
0 for
Third
1. He
baseman,
struck out
Nolan
swinging last time.
Arenado.
Right through there for a strike.
It's just been an impressive outing so far. Continues to pound the zone pitch after pitch, and he's been able to stay down. That's what's been key.
Strike two.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Next offering
one.
upstairs.
One
The
ball, two
Mets
strikes,
up
the
by
count.
a run. Top half of inning number 4. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
That was a pretty good pitch, top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Alec Burleson getting ready to hit. And that
That's a
is
ball.
downstairs. And that
Ball
is
one, no
ball
strikes.
1. Two outs.
That's ball 2.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Swing and a pop-up foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Swing and a ground ball. Beatty to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Nothing doing for the offense that time. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Mets 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here at Citi Field, John Chambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Brandon Nimmo. The right-hander back to work. Check swing, and he went 0-1.
0-1.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Gorman on to first. And a quick out, number 1.
The batter, number 6. Designated hitter, Starling.
Starling Marte up today. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. And that one fouled off. Here's a 1-2. That one to first finds its way through, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
The catcher, number 13, Luis Torrens.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Luis Torrens. Fought off foul. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Nootbaar sizing this one up. Makes the catch for the out.
The batter, number 7, second baseman, Brett Beatty.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Andre Palante gives way, and he kept him in it even though he's in line for the loss right now. New arm when we come back.
Now pitching for the
Sonny
Cardinals,
Gray on to pitch out of the pen
number
here.
54.
Well, he's been excellent against left-handed
Sonny
hitters this year, and
Gray.
that's his first test. This looks like a good move to the pen in terms of the matchup.
And now here is Brett Beatty. Struck out swinging his first time.
You can do it, Matt.
Sonny Gray checks on the runner. Marte dives back in. Left field. Nootbaar settles underneath it. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Mets leave one, but they hold a 1-0 lead. And we're back. And now the right fielder, Jordan Walker.
Number 18, Jordan Walker.
Canning back to work. Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Cardinals just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
That one outside. Now 1-2. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Nolan Gorman next up for the Cardinals. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That one missed.
That's the ball.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Walker gets his lead at first. Nobody out. This one in the air right field. Soto going after it. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, catcher Pedro Pajes.
Here's the catcher, Pedro Pajes. Grounded out to short in his first trip.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Canning checks the runner, and he's back in easily. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Slings to first in time.
The batter, the center fielder, Victor Scott.
Here's a speed threat, Victor Scott. His first at bat was a strikeout. That's off the mark. Ball one. Tying run in scoring position, and we're at the top of the fifth. He was late there. Strike one.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Battling here as he fouls it away. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Outside with a breaking ball. And now the count filled up 3-2. Lars Nootbaar in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
First and second, 2 outs. Lars Nootbaar digs in now, 1 for 2. That one misses. 1-0.
That's ball 2. 2-0.
Right through there for a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one out to right. Soto gets under it. And that's the 3rd out. So the Cards strand a couple. They trail here 1-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor. And that one clips the corner. Movement in the bullpen. Number 49 preparing to come on if needed. Romero, a left-hander, also throwing. And a foul ball. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Next offering misses down and away.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. To the right side. Gorman. To first. One up, one down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Foul ball. Next one is off the plate. 1-2 the count. Fights it off. He'll see another. Base is empty, one away. Last half of inning number 5. And that's down and away.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
That one missing inside.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
And there's ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
Up next for the Mets, the right
One
fielder,
down. Juan Soto up now for the Mets. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Next offering is in for a strike.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Sonny Gray checks on the runner. Lindor back in there.
Ball 2.
Man at first, one away. Hit on the ground to the right side. And that's a base hit. Lindor around second, headed for third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. Inside, just missed. That's in there, and it's 1-1. On the ground right side, and foul ball. Two on, one out. That misses, and the count now even up. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches
to
even that count off at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Ripped to short. Zips it across. And the inning is over. 2 left for the Mets, but they lead it 1-0. All set for the top of the 6th. Now up for St. Louis, Yohel Pozo. And he takes a strike. High fly ball out towards left center. Taylor ranging after it. Puts it away for the out.
The batter, the shortstop, Brendan.
And up next for St. Louis, Brendan Donovan. 0 for 2 in this one. Donovan goes 6'1", 28 years old. And he was born in Germany. Activity in the bullpen. Huascar Brazoban, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Number 51, also throwing. Swings through that one for strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
The Mets leading by a run, and we're the top half of the 6th. Got him. So cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Nato comes in to take his cuts. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. On the ground to the left,
that's foul.
And that's just foul. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball there. Caught him looking for the K. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Mets 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here in Queens, bottom of the 6th. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Nimmo.
That's in there. That's strike 1.
All 1's the count.
Just off the inside edge.
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in, you see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
Falling behind 2-1. Swing and a foul out of play. That missed by a lot, and it's 3-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count,
The
but
batter,
I guess he
number
saw it
6.
really well. It's a
Designated
really
hitter,
nice plate appearance.
Starling.
Man at first,
Marte.
nobody out. Now it's the DH, Starling Marte. A walk, and he's also singled. And there's the strike.
0-1.
there's a foul ball. Nimmo on at first, nobody out. Got him swinging. So up next,
The catcher,
Luis
number
Torrens.
13,
He's 0
Luis
for 1.
Torrens.
First pitch misses.
1-0.
In the air, right side. Walker hauls it in, and there's 2 away. Brett Beatty
The
up
batter,
now for the
number
Mets.
7, second baseman, Brett Beatty.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
0-1's the count.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
He's getting the barrel to the ball. He's just got to work on that timing a little bit.
Let's go now, Mets.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Two outs. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. In the air, left field, down the line. Nootbaar right there to make the grab. That is the inning. Mets strand 1. They lead it 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 7th, and now the DH, Alec Burleson.
Hitting is all about anticipation, and right now this lineup is struggling with it. Their swings are mistimed, and it's produced a few ugly cuts here and there.
Swings over the top of that one.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Checks his swing. Now would appeal to third. No, he held up. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. And downstairs. Lifted in the air, right center field. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Now batting, right fielder.
Here comes the
Jordan
skipper, and we're going to see a
Walker.
pitching change in this spot. Griffin Canning will depart, and he was excellent. Really controlled this game on the mound, and we'll have a new arm for you in a minute.
Now pitching for
Now on the
New York
bump,
Mets,
Oscar Brazoban.
number 43.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Now it's the right fielder, Jordan Walker. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And
That's a
another
ball.
ball. Popped up. Baden makes the grab for the second out.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Now it's the second baseman, Nolan Gorman.
Let's go, Matt.
That's too low. Ball one.
Going wide.
Swing and a high fly ball hit in the air left center field. This one's got a chance. It bangs off the wall. And the double puts the tying run in scoring position with 2 away.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it. Really important at bat coming up now.
So runner at second, 2 down. Pedro Pajes next up for the Cardinals. Has grounded out a couple of times. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball one. Swings through that one for strike one.
1-1.
Just missed. Edge of the zone for a strike, and the count is 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And there's a ball. So the tying run at second, and ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
Victor Scott now at the plate. He is struck out, and he is walked.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
And that one is in for a strike.
No, he's really working that inside corner with the cutter. I'll tell you what, I hated that pitch. So tough to get the barrel to and to keep it fair.
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning over. That's a crucial missed opportunity.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Number 49.
Now pitching
on for his
Cardinals.
major league debut, and a
Number
moment he
49.
will never forget.
Better believe
Matt.
that. It's always so special the first time you get into a big league ball game. I did it as a position player,
League
but for him
for the Mets,
as a pitcher,
the center
I'm sure there's some
fielder,
nerves there.
Tyrone.
Probably don't want to squeeze the baseball too tight. Just relax and do what you're capable of doing.
And first offering is fouled off. And that's
We got 1 ball, 1
downstairs and
strike.
outside. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Phil Maton, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. King warming up as well. They say you win.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Rocky Halladay with the call.
Now batting.
Now up to hit
Shortstop,
Francisco Lindor.
Lindor.
A little bit
Nope.
low.
Ball one. Counts 1-0. Aye. 1-1.
On the ground. And foul ball. That one
2-2
way
count.
inside. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Walker under it. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, the right fielder, Juan.
Now the number 2 hitter,
Soto.
Juan Soto. 1 for 3. Check swing, called strike. Two down, nobody on. Yeah, that's fouled off. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Mets go down quickly, but they're on top 1-0.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the New
back,
York
and a new
Mets,
arm on the mound to start the 8th.
Number 51.
These are the spots
Justin.
relievers really make a name for
Tiger
themselves.
Man.
Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
So
Leading off
back
for
to the
St.
top of
Louis,
the order.
the left
You have the
fielder,
left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. That's
Ball
a
one.
little bit low.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Soto gets under it. Makes the grab, 1 down.
Up next for the Cardinals, the first baseman,
Yoel Pozo, the next to hit. Just
ball.
missed. And fouled off. One down, base is empty. Fouled off. He was late. On the ground, right side. Oh, great stop. To his knee, the throw. Nicely done for the out.
Well, he looks so comfortable making
The
that
back,
play,
the
dives,
shortstop,
comes up with it,
Brendan
and then from one knee,
Donovan.
like he's just playing catch with his kid. Nice throw across the diamond at first.
Now it's the shortstop, Brendan Donovan. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. Into center and a base hit. So Nolan Arenado now gets a chance with 2 gone.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was
Now
ready to
batting,
swing it on the
third
first
baseman,
pitch. Kind of a
Nolan
risky pitch coming
Arenado.
inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
2 outs, runner at first. Now up the Cardinals number 4 hitter, Nolan Arenado. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
Right now they're looking for something, hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
And that drops in for a strike.
Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap and score that run from first base.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. To the right side, down the line, and it's foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Holding on to a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one misses, and it's 2-2. On the ground to third. And that is the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Mets 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso.
Just missed. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
1-1.
Next pitch is outside. That's inside.
1 strike.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk.
Now batting.
He wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Mark Vientos getting ready to hit. Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Right through there for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Outside low, and the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
And Arenado makes the catch. 1 down.
The left fielder, number 9, Brandon
Now it's
Nimmo.
going to be Brandon Nimmo.
Come on, let's keep it going. Come on, New York.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Walker pulls it down and he makes the catch. Out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Starling Marte.
So now here's the Mets DH, Starling Marte. in the dirt. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Alonso off of first with 2 away. The 1-1 is fouled off. Two outs. And that's
Ball two.
downstairs. 2-2. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. And that is that.
Now pitching for the New York Mets, number 39, Edwin Diaz.
Okay, all set to go. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul.
First pitch, 7-11.
Next pitch misses, and now it's
I got
even
a ball,
1-1.
one strike.
Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swing and a ball popped up. Lindor hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Here's a Cardinals lineup now. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with the runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Wilson Contreras batting with 1 down, takes a
0-1's the
strike.
count.
Just missed. And that is out of play.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
That one a little bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now 2 gone.
Batting third, the shortstop.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Brendan Donovan. Just
Nope,
missed.
that's the ball.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect them to swing at.
That one fouled off.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field not.
Here's a rocket out to left. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice
The
job of
third
going the other way.
Nolan Arenado.
So now it's Nolan Arenado. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Well, you always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
That one the other way, and that's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. And he's out. Cut down, and that is the inning.
Bang, bang play at the plate right there. Outfielder needed no help. An absolutely perfect throw to get him. Right on the money. Excellent tag by the catcher. And the inning ends on an awesome play.
Back here at Citi Field. And our pitcher tonight, Andre Palante. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, the key for him usually centers around his ability to command all 4 of his pitches. I mean, he can get by with 3 if one isn't working, but it becomes a little tougher to keep hitters guessing, especially when you start to get through the second and third time through the order. So we'll see how he incorporates all of his stuff into this one.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And fires in a fastball at 95. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Next pitch is downstairs. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Juan Soto now. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
He was all over that one. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield. So I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
First and second. No outs. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Fastball for a strike at 95. Lindor, the lead runner out at second. Soto on at first with nobody out. And that one fouled off.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
That misses the zone. Going to count 1 and 2. And that is a big first out.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Mark Vientos in the box, lays off for ball 1. The next offering misses. 2 balls, no strikes.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Swing and a foul out of play. One out. Runners at first and second. Next offering is in for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting fifth, the left fielder.
Here's Brandon Nimmo.
Nimmo.
In the air, left side. He's got it, and that's the inning. 2 left for the Mets. Scoreless after 1. Second inning set to go. So now here's the Cardinals designated hitter, Alec Burleson. Canning back to work. On the corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. And ball 1.
Strike.
Darryl Parker assigned to umpiring duty behind home plate.
And Boog, with DP, it's sort of a coin flip on those borderline corner pitches. Doesn't really favor one side of the plate more than the other. Sometimes you get a little extra the plate, and sometimes you won't. It does seem like he evens it out over the course of a game, though.
Fair ball.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
And now the right fielder, Jordan Walker.